I don't know how much you want to put in there. People don't love that this is how it works, but I buy most of my gemstones from a supplier in India, but also Mexico, also Turkey. Most of my sheet brass I do buy domestically, so like the big sheets of it, and silver I buy from a supplier named Rio Grande, which is like the jewelry supplier. But also like my jump rings, all my hardware, like that does come from China, and everybody in the industry does the same thing. So I think it's like big communal panic of like where this is, how long is this going to last? You know, when's the other shoe going to drop? Is almost all of our raw materials are from overseas, and you can buy things domestically, but they're just buying them from overseas and then selling them to you. So I was really, I was really nervous for a while, and I still am nervous because I feel like something's got to give. But what's ended up happening is, at least with a lot of my vendors, they're eating the cost. So they're covering, I think their hope is to retain their American client base. So they're temporarily eating the costs of the tariffs on their end, in the hope that this will all be over soon and that they'll be able to retain their customers through it, so that, you know, we won't go find another supplier that will do the same. So it's sad like that. I don't want them to have to do that either. But so far I've been pretty minimally impacted. The one thing that's been kind of a bummer is for me, I mean, it's all a bummer, but the one personal thing that I've noticed is the de minimis tariff exception has gone out the window. So you used to be able to, if you were under that minimum, you wouldn't experience any sort of additional tariff, but that's no longer the case. So I have had a few unfortunate charges in that way from like one-off vendors who I didn't know, you know, I wasn't super familiar with their policy. So the cost of silver has gone up exponentially in like just the past year. So I know a lot of jewelers who their medium is primarily silver. They've had to like triple their prices. The solder that I use in my designs is silver, but mostly I work in brass. So I've been thankfully pretty unaffected by that so far. No, it's not sustainable. I think that everybody was hopeful initially that it was going to be a short-lived thing, but it's, you know, really has some lasting power. Yeah.